时间7点整。
Single rate 29,950 megameters per second. Standard DVB-S2 modulation 8PSK audio PID 510. We wish you good reception conditions.
Hello, I'm Christian Access. First, the headlines. The National Bank of Romania decided to increase the monetary policy interest rate from 1.75% to 2% per year. Romania and Pakistan are opening a new chapter in their relations. On a close political and economic contact, said the Romanian Foreign Minister Bogdan Aurescu after talks in Bucharest with his counterpart from Pakistan, Makhdoom Shah Mahmoud Hussein Qureshi. And Russian-US troops were held in Geneva amid tensions generated by the build-up of Russian troops on the border with Ukraine. The first batch of COVID vaccines for children aged 5 to 11 will be delivered to Romania between the 21st and the 26th of January. The Romanian Health Ministry said 140,000 doses will be distributed to the vaccination centers. Around the country, the pace of vaccination is still low, and only 42% of Romania's population got at least one dose. Over 4,100 new infections and 60 deaths were recorded on Monday. The board of the National Bank of Romania on Monday decided to increase the monetary policy interest rate from 1.75% to 2% per year from 11th of January. The bank also decided to maintain firm control of liquidities on the monetary market and maintain the current levels of the rate of the minimum obligatory reserves for liquidity in currency and hard currency of lending institutions. The increase in the monetary policy interest rate has been expected amid growing inflation at home and internationally. The latest increase of 0.25% took place in November. The Romanian Foreign Minister Bogdan Aurescu has talks on Monday in Bucharest with his Pakistani counterpart, Makhdoom Shah Mahmoud Hussein Qureshi. At the end of the talks, Aurescu said a new chapter is beginning in bilateral relationships. One of close contact at a political level and in the economic area, especially investment. He thanked his counterpart for the essential help given to Romania's efforts to repatriate some of the 49 Romanian citizens evacuated from Afghanistan. Citizens of other Arab states evacuated by the Romanian authorities in Afghanistan, and the 166 Afghan citizens at risk in September last year. The Pakistani official emphasized that success is and will continue to be the driving force of the economic relations between the two countries, and that bilateral trade grew in the last fiscal year by 50% with Pakistan. A memorandum of understanding was signed earlier between the Bucharest Polytechnic University and Pakistan's Embassy in Romania. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman said she has talked on Monday with her Russian counterpart Sergei Ryabkov about the possible mutual terms of nuclear in Europe, but reiterating the West's warning in the event of an invasion of Ukraine. Washington warned Moscow that NATO's open door policy will continue despite the Russian demands. The Russian negotiator said she was satisfied with the serious Russia's American side to Russia's request for security guarantees, and assured that Russia does not intend to attack Ukraine. He also said that the U.S. must not underestimate the risk of a clash. Russian-U.S. talks lasted for almost 8 hours. and came amid Western fears that Russia, which built up troops on the border of Ukraine, may invade. The talks in Geneva will be followed this week by Russia-NATO talks in Brussels and an RSP meeting in Vienna. The Prosecutor General's office in Romania on Monday opened a criminal investigation in connection to statements from the Alliance for the Union of Romanians, parliamentary party, which minimized the Holocaust. The Alliance issued a release on the 3rd of January, in which, among others, it said that a systematic attempt to undermine the quality of Romanian education was seen in recent years by promoting the rank of study disciplines minus English, or which can be dealt with over a few classes, citing sexual education and the history of the Holocaust as examples. The Prosecutor General's office said publicly denying and testing, proving, justifying or minimizing the Holocaust and its consequences are punishable with a prison sentence of up to 2 years or a fine. The statements made by the Alliance for the Union of Romania, an ultra-nationalist party with extremist tendencies, and an aggressive promoter of anti-vaccination, have been condemned by the National Institute for the Study of the Holocaust in Romania and its first ambassador to Romania, David Saranda. The unemployment rate in the European Union dropped to 6.5% in December from 6.7% in the previous month, and 6.4% in the same period in 2020. All the data published on Monday by the U.S. Statistical Office Eurostat. The rate of 5.2% in November, and 6th month, Romania recorded the lowest unemployment rate in the European Union. In the Eurozone, the unemployment rate dropped to 7.2% in November from 7.3% in the previous month, and 8.1% in the same period in 2020. And that was the news. Romania takes measures to help it cope with the pandemic. I'm Elena Enache with more on this topic in a report by Eugen Poroian. Romania clearly is in the fifth wave of the pandemic, Health Minister Alexandru Rafila announced. In his opinion, there is a strong suspicion of the Omicron variant at the moment, which will turn into community transmission in a week or two. Rafila explained that the number of daily infections increased from hundreds to thousands, and although the situation seems to have stabilized, it is not when things went back to normal. We are on one of the fastest growing trends in Europe, and I do not only refer to the EU. We are in the second or third phase, so we have no reason to relax. On the contrary, we must be very cautious. Our hope is that these new cases will not threaten our health system, the minister told a TV station. Rafila also said a very clear patient protocol was put in place, and the testing capacity would be increased. Thus, steps have been taken for the prepayment of general practitioners for testing services. Also, 160 outpatient assessment centers for patients with moderate symptoms have been identified. These centers are part of hospitals and other specialized outpatient clinics that have not been used for this purpose in the previous period. The criteria based on which patients will be sent to these units are to be drawn up. Citizens can access an interactive map with all this information so that they know where to go. This map will include all testing centers operational within general practice units. It is important for patients to go to these centers when they are not in a critical condition, Alexandru Rafila has said. The minister announced that at the end of this month, Romanian authorities would have innovative antiviral drugs to be administered to patients with moderate symptoms and to patients at risk. This will be an outpatient treatment that must be taken in the first days after infection. The minister also said that, in his opinion, vaccination will not be mandatory in Romania, and that more work should be done on informing the citizens. He has also emphasized the fact that vaccination is very important to prevent serious forms of the disease and death. In Romania, the vaccination pace continues to be slow. Romania is one but not newer in this respect, in spite of having enough soldiers from every disease approved in the European Union.
Foreign Minister Bogdan Aurescu has expressed concern over Russia's military buildup close to NATO borders, and has spoken with a report by Roxana Vasiliu. Any country, regardless of size or geographic position, has a fundamental right to decide its path and the alliances it wishes to join, said NATO Deputy Secretary General Mircea Joană at the end of Friday's NATO Foreign Ministers Summit. The NATO officials convened in video conference format to discuss the security implications of Russia's unjustified and unprovoked military buildup outside Ukraine, a country aspiring to become a full NATO member. The allies have again called on Moscow to relent its aggressive rhetoric targeting its allies and hold its military forces so as to de-escalate the situation by means of dialogue and peace. We support Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity, and we stand united in the defense and protection of all allies. NATO remains open to a substantial dialogue at the upcoming NATO-Russia Council on January 12th. This will present Russia with an opportunity to prove its real openness to dialogue, diplomacy, and observing international commitments and standards. We won't compromise on any fundamental principle of security enshrined in the Washington Treaty, Mircea Joană wrote on Facebook. Attending Friday's meeting was also Romania's Foreign Minister Bogdan Aurescu. The Romanian official reiterated our country's concern regarding Russia's military buildup close to the alliance's borders and called on de-escalating the situation. Referring to this complex security situation, Minister Aurescu insisted on the need to strengthen NATO's deterrence and defense posture in a coherent and comprehensive way across NATO's coastal flanks, particularly in the Black Sea region. According to a foreign ministry release, Minister Aurescu also argued in favor of NATO's dual approach to Russia, consisting of both deterrence actions as well as dialogue, without affecting the principles, values and commitments of the alliance. NATO, Bogdan Aurescu argues, is particularly responsible for preserving European security architecture and the international rules-based order. The Romanian official also referred to NATO's continuous cooperation with the European Union as a key pillar of the Western community, as well as with NATO's partners in its vicinity, supporting their resilience and an open door policy. The NATO-Russia Council of January 12 will be presided by a NATO-Ukraine committee meeting on January 11th. And that has wrapped up our newscast. You are listening to Radio Romania International.
Time now for Hit of the Day on Radio Romania International. Listen to Alina Eremia and her latest song, Put Me Back.
E doar de tot ce-am simțit, lumea pe țară, recunosc că e lipsit, dar nu am iubit răpit.